Let's try this again. I am the Dadcrafter, and I don't think I was coming through before, so we'll say hello to everybody here now. These pre-scheduled streams, they start up a little bit differently than the other ones, so I'm not always sure that I've got it started right, but feeling pretty dang confident that I've got it running now. So welcome to everyone who's just joining in. I am the Dadcrafter, and this is a live stream of the Chest Cavity Challenge. On our last episode, we had the great good fortune of killing the Ender Dragon, and we went ahead and collected up all of these Ender Dragon goodies. So we've got the opportunity here today to have a little fun with all of those. We also have the opportunity to finally get our world cleaned up just a little bit, because we got things everywhere. We got chests that are completely disorganized, filled with random mob parts, and I think that what I'd like to accomplish today is to get this place cleaned up a little bit and have a little bit of fun with the new organs that we've gotten from the End Dragon. Capitan, thank you for confirming that I'm coming through loud and clear. Appreciate that. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Hopefully you're staying warm and safe in this cold weather. Got the cows going in the background. That's always good to know. All right, we're going to go ahead today and get started with something pretty boring, and that is chopping down some trees, because we need to craft up some more chests. We've got our inventory and our chest situation kind of all over the place, not very organized, not very clean, and one of the things that I'd like to accomplish today is getting this world feeling a little more organized. I want to take stock of the different goals that we've been working towards and just kind of see how we're doing. So I think we'll make some signs here today and kind of call out which mobs we've seen, which mobs we've not seen, and start kind of tracking that a little bit. I think it's time to create a different chest for each of the mobs that we have opened up. Start kind of collecting up all those parts and pieces in one place for each mob. So I think now that we've defeated the Ender Dragon, the next goal is to get this place feeling a little bit more organized. That's kind of what I think the theme of today is going to be, is just some organization. And of course, we'll have a little bit of fun, because we've got all of those Ender Dragon parts that we've yet to do anything with. We've got ourselves an elytra, so we're ready to fly around. So maybe we even fly around a little bit and try to find some mobs that we've yet to open. I know one that's very much on my list is the mountain goat, because we want to get that springy muscle. And I was just working the other day on the remix video of the episode where the mod creator joined us, and one thing I realized was I don't know that we ever got the gassed bladder, and that's what he was telling us that we wanted, was the gassed bladder, because that will let you float. And looking at it here, we've got the fireproof heart, the fireproof spleen, the fireproof liver, and of course we've got that fireproof stomach in a different box that we've been using, but we do not have the gassed spleen. So it looks like we're going to be making our way back. Oh no, we got the spleen. What did I say? The bladder. We don't have the bladder, and we're going to be making our way back to try to open up another ghast, as crazy as that sounds, but we need to get that bladder. So got a little bit of work to do here, but we're going to start off with just a whole bunch of chests, because I'd like to get my space here a little bit more organized, and I honestly think that a building project may also be in order here, because we have got kind of a lack of space here in our house. Single digits tonight with negative feels. Yeah, I'm with you there, Capitan. This is weather that was much more suited to a month ago than today, and I am not really here for it. So let's see. Do we want to build a separate building? Do we want to expand upon this one? I can't really decide. I think maybe we just expand. Maybe we just take this building out this direction. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to expand our existing building. Maybe. We'll go ahead and expand our existing building. And we're going to set up, yeah, here kind of I think between our main house and our villager house, we're going to create a little offshoot, a little annex, if you will, that will be the Organ Museum. That's what we're going to call it, the Organ Museum, or the Museum of Mob Organs, something along those lines. We'll have to come up with a catchier name. But we're going to start off by expanding our building here so we've got room to do this, because right now we're pretty tight on space in our existing building. So we'll go ahead and chop down a few more trees here. So we've got the wood we need for the chests, but we also need Organ History Museum. I like that. I like that a lot. That's good. That is very good. We've got the chests that we need, but what we don't have here is the building materials to actually build the expanded house. So we'll go ahead and we'll collect those up here now. We could go either the Organ History Museum or like the Museum of National Organs, something along those lines. Play on that kind of existing museum name. I like that. But we're going to have to do a little terrain modifying here, I think, to make this all even, because we're kind of down a level here right now. We're going to need to cover up this space so that we don't fall in a hole every time that we work around here, because currently we got quite a hole there. So we'll have to figure that out. We're going to have to clean up our world a little bit here is kind of the bottom line, because our world's a bit of a mess. We were so focused on some specific goals that kind of let this world just become a bit of a mess, and that's no fun. We don't want a messy world. We want a nice clean world. So we'll go ahead here and we'll get that taken care of. I feel like that makes sense there. Do not want that log there. I gotta say, I was riding quite the high after that dragon finish. That was so much fun. Yeah, a couple of creeper holes. You're right. That's definitely what we're dealing with here, is more than a couple of creeper holes. You know, if only there was a way to stop those creepers from exploding, maybe we wouldn't deal with so many creeper holes. But end of the day, those things like to explode, and only so much we can do. Except, you know, there is actually something we can do in this world, and we've been doing it as much as possible, and that is disarming those creepers, stealing their appendix, and leaving them unable to explode. One of my favorite parts of this mod is the fact that you can finally even the playing field with those nasty creepers. And either A, you can be the one who explodes, or B, you can just make it so that they are not able to explode. Spleenectomy. Yep. We've removed a few spleens. Something tells me we'll end up removing a few more. Alright, that should be good. Gonna have a little bit of a awkward shape to it here, because we're kind of building up to our place here without actually building exactly even buildings. I should say the buildings aren't exactly even, so it kind of creates that goofy shape there, but it's all right. We can live with that. We gotta empty our inventory because we're a little stuffed up here. Let's see, we don't need any of that stuff. That ought to clear up enough. Because all we're looking for now is a whole bunch of cobblestone. So we'll go ahead and gather up some cobblestone here. While we do that, we can kind of talk through what we've got to work with here. So we've opened up the Enderman, so we know we need to take stock of what Enderman parts we have and don't have, and I think I think we can kind of cross the Enderman off the list. Like, I don't think there's anything more we need to do. We played around with the teleportation the other day, so we know that we can teleport using the Enderman parts that we have. We know that we've got some compatible Enderman parts, so we can certainly utilize those. So we can basically be an Enderman to a certain extent. Similarly, we've got one of everything out of the End Dragon. So, like, we know we've got that one taken care of. Let's see. Capitan says you could do the sausage in an item frame, a signed description of the mob, and a chest with all the parts. I like it. That's pretty much what I was thinking, was like a chest for all the parts, and then a sign that says, you know, what mob is there. And then maybe a couple of signs, like one that says the mob, one that says what we did. Like, you know, we became a fire-breathing Dadcrafter using the blaze rod, or the functional blaze rod. So somehow, like, pointing out, like, that's what we did with the blaze, was we got fire capabilities. Like, that's the kind of thing I want to point out. And then with the Enderman, we put in organ X and it let us do Y. So I think that's kind of the way I want to go with the signs, and then definitely have a sign that just says, like, Enderman. Like, that makes sense. And then, of course, the sausages where we have them, we can include those as well. How many mobs do we need to do this for? Because, like, there's no point in doing it for a cow. Like, we opened up a cow, but there's nothing in there that's anything unusual. So I feel like we don't really need to, like, get into every mob, but I think definitely the ones where we got some kind of cool ability, it makes sense to do it. Yeah, we've started a couple of forest fires. Those are definitely on the can-do list. Is we can start fires. We are very good at that. Becomes Peter Pan. I mean, I guess you could say that that's true, because we did get the ability to float. I guess not so much fly. Do we have the ability to fly? I mean, I guess with the elytra we do. That's not really a mob ability that we've gained. That's what we would get if we get that ghast bladder, of course. Well, I guess the Enderman, the muscle, kind of gives us the ability to fly. Gives us the ability to float, at least. Tup Pup, welcome. Good to have you. Can't decide if I should bring this whole ground floor up one or just leave it where it is. I think leaving it where it is makes sense. Keep this just kind of like one step down from the main house. Just make that even all around. I think something like that. Leave a little step into the place. And then we just gotta more or less close this place in. We'll leave some doors. We'll leave some windows. But for the most part, we're gonna need wall space more than anything. So we'll do that. We'll go ahead and close this off. Guess we don't really need a wall. It's too late. We already started. We'll finish it. We'll build a wall next to a wall. What's it hurt? Yeah, the weather across the country really has been quite different this last week. So yeah, anyone who lives anywhere that's getting the bad weather, I hope that you're finding ways to deal with it, because I know bad weather can be no fun. Alright. So hopefully that'll give us enough space to work with. I suppose I probably need to put a roof on this place as well, but we'll worry about that a little later. for now, let's see. We're going to say no back door, because we want to be able to use this back wall. Let's go ahead and let's make some signs. So we'll say like chest sign. We don't want to put the Ender Dragon all in the end, do we? I don't think so. We'll say like zombie. There. And then do we leave a space, you think? Do we go skeleton? And then we can drop a chest, chest. I think that looks good. We'll do the same thing on the other side as well. And then here we'd say creeper. Over here we could say Enderman. Over here we could say Ender Dragon. Oops. Over here we could say Blaze. Over here we can put Ghast. Alright. Oops. And do we do one here, you think? We could do the Strider, even though I don't think we got a whole lot from him. We did get some stuff from him. We've got a spider. We got a need for more signs. Yeah, and something tells me we're going to come up with more that we need as we go. I'm just trying to come up with as many as I can to start with. So we'll say, what did I have in my head here? I had one. Iron golem. I think golem is 2 L's. Is golem 2 L or 1 L? Looks like it's 2 L's. We'll go with it. And then we got, let's see, kind of puts us in the corner there. Let's go like that. We won't put one all the way in the corner there. All right, what else have we got here? We've got the we've got the witch, we got the iron golem, we got the zombie, skeleton, enderman, dragon. Oh, I know what we got. We got drowned. We got... We're going to have to close off this whole thing. No doors in this museum. Just the one. 'Cause we're going to need all the space. We got the squid. We've got the dolphin. So we opened both of them up. Now, they might fall in that category of, like, do they really need a chest of their own? So some of this stuff we might end up kind of going back on, but... Let's see. Biome blocks. Nether for nether, endstorm for end. Oh, that's kind of cool. Do it in multiple rooms. Or just do it with the floor. Okay. We'll have to think that one through. Multiple rooms feels like it might take a little more effort than I was hoping to put into the museum, but we could do something like that. I think definitely could do the floors. Like, there's no reason we couldn't do the floor. Oops. Forgot that I need to actually have a plan for what's going to go on the sign before I put it up. Alright, let's see. So we've got dolphin, squid, drowned. What else did we mess with in the... I know what we got. We've got to have one for the cat. We got to have one for the bat. Are there barrels? That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, there's a barrel. We can make barrels. What's the advantage? Just a visual difference? Alright, so next thing we want to do is put these as well. So those are from our Enderman. So I think we do like this for the Enderman. Just like that. Oh, alternate for the visual. Okay, we could do something like that. Yeah. Not sure. I kind of like the way the chests look. Oh, I see. You could put the barrels next to each other. Let's see what a barrel looks like. Let's test it out. So if we put a pair of barrels, or if we even just put one in between like that, or would you put like all barrels like that? Sammy, welcome. What do we think? Do we like the chest? Do we like the barrel? Do we like the two barrels next to each other? Do we just do the single barrel? What are we thinking here, chat? I'm open to different ideas here. Alternate and vertical. So you like the let's see. So you like it better like that, but then alternate. So like chest, barrel, chest, barrel. So you do like that. I could dig that. So it looks something like that. What are we thinking? Is that what you had in mind? All right. Works for me. I just gotta find where my witch is. It's gonna be a lot easier once I get the pictures up on the wall. Did I not make one for a witch? I swear I did. Ghast Blaze, Dragon, Bat, Cat. I didn't make one for the witch yet. How dare I? There we go. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and we'll throw our witch stuff. Let's see, did we put cooked or put cooked on top, it looks like. And raw on the bottom. Now we do have a cat sausage, so we'll grab that one. That's where this little sausage came from. Man meat is officially on the wall. Now, we need to grab a second mini sausage, because this one here is cooked, so that actually needs to go up. But we don't have a uncooked one. So we need to get an uncooked one. So, kind of hate to say it, but I think a cat or a bat are going to need to get opened up to make a mini sausage. Because I don't think you can do... I think you can do it with either of those two. This is, I think, our ender sausage here. Raw dragon sausage. Yep, that's the right spot for that one. And then we got here is, I think, just our good old-fashioned raw sausage. So this could go really anywhere. Like, who deserves the raw sausage? Let's see. I guess none of these really are responsible for the raw sausage. So we need one that's kind of like a random mob here, because that could be like, I think the bat I was able to open. We determined that the rabbit I couldn't, but I feel like I was able to get in a bat. I could be misremembering now, but I feel like the bat we were able to open. There's not dogs, but wolf. I feel like a wolf we probably could open. I think they attack you is kind of the downside, but that's not to say that you couldn't do it. I think I tried it when I was doing the very first episode where I was just like trying things out with this mod. I do think that I tried I'm going to eat this cooked human sausage. I do think I tried opening up a dog, but I think he attacked me and I wasn't really ready for it. So that's kind of, I'm going to need to just be ready to be attacked is what it comes down to. All right, I need to make a little space again because I want to go ahead and start grabbing. Oh, shulker. I forgot that we had bits of shulker. Oh, interesting. Not much, but we've got a shulker spleen. How did I end up with a shulker spleen and nothing else is what I'd like to know. All right, so what we're going to do with this other one is we're just going to call it, and I'll get a bunch more barrels here soon too. Actually, we'll go ahead and we'll start getting what we can. I think we're going to do one that's just going to be like for all the mobs, which will be that one over there. Will be like cow, sheep, chicken. No, not chicken, but cow, sheep. Anything that gave us animal muscle. And we'll just kind of put like random animal muscle in there. So that'll be this one here with the random, you know, the base sausage, so to speak. We'll put the animal muscle there. Oh, you know what? We've got our dragon here, so that's a perfect spot to put our ender dragon head. Somewhere we've got the egg too, I think. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and let's pop that guy right there. Yeah, what a spot for it. Polar bear sausage. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot that we never actually raided the polar bear. All that we did was we stole his lung, and then that was about it. So you're right, we need to absolutely open up fully a polar bear. All right, so let's see, where else can we put a sign? Because, like, I guess we could put it way up there. Can we still edit this sign? No. Maybe we just write things on the main sign, like what organ we mainly used. But let's go ahead and let's start with this. Let's get all our Enderman bits and pieces and put them in our Enderman chest. So we got our Enderman here. So we got raw alien meat, kidney, intestine, liver, intestine, kidney, meat, lung, spleen, heart, appendix, liver. That's right, we needed a box somewhere for a shulker. This will go. Can you put a sign right on a chest? I guess I didn't think about that. Oh, you sure can. Ah, okay. Well, that's good to know. So we'll definitely make use of that. Let's see, do I go here with it? Yeah, I guess I do. We'll say this one's going to be shulker. We just so happen to have that random shulker spleen. What is this stuff here? Cooked human organ meat. Name on the chest and description above. Yeah, that might make more sense. Just means I have to redo them all. So if we did it like this. It's not going to work if we have two next to each other. No, I got to move this one over one. That's all right. Yeah, that works. And then we could put one here that's like, but there's not really all of them that are going to need a sign above, is there? Because like we didn't really do anything with any shulker organs, but we did with some of them. I don't know. What do you think? You like it better on the chest or above the chest? Pretty torn. Pretty torn. I'm gonna think about that while I continue to move stuff. We got the gassed bits here. This is from a zombie. Oh, we had some. These are from the golum. A mini sausage skin. We're gonna need that. Alright, so we've got our, let's see, which cat, dolphin, oh, we need to put our sign here, other mobs. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too, Capitan. I like the sign above, and I think there's room to put a little bit more information. Like if we wanted to extrapolate on somebody, we certainly could. We still need to figure out the iron golem. We never did figure out how to use the muscle properly. So we need to figure that one out. Because that's, I don't think we can put a bow on that and say that we did it properly. Gassed, we got, these are all from the gassed. That's not from the gassed, but that is. Fireproof heart, and then we also, what was this here? That's that shulker spleen. Animal, ender, animal. That was from you. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put you. We're actually gonna move it back here. No, I just moved it. But we're gonna move it right back there. Alright, we'll do that. And then in here we've got some ender muscle, some animal muscle, animal heart, animal intestine, animal spine, animal stomach, and some alien sausage. So let's go ahead and put the alien stuff in the alien. Let's go ahead and put the random stuff in the random. Oh, is that why I took the spleen? That makes me wonder. Shoots bullets. I bet you this gives you some kind of ability. I bet you it does. Let's see. If we were to go into our keybinds here, I bet you shulker bullets. All right. Let's go ahead and let's make that B for bullet. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at this. Thank you for pointing that one out, because I guarantee that the shulker spleen, does that look like a spleen right there? Sure does. Shulker spleen shoots shulker bullets. That's cool. All right, look at this. We are absolutely a shulker shooting shulker bullets now. Be tough because they don't really aim well. I'm not sure if they're trying to get to anything in particular. They're definitely not going where I aim them. I think they're trying to hit something in particular, but I can't tell what. All right. Well, that explains why we kept the spleen and nothing else. I was wondering, couldn't remember why we chose to keep that particular organ and then sent everything else packing, but that definitely explains it. And that's good to know, because we can absolutely have fun with that. I think RoboCop was, I don't remember what his catch line was, but I'll be back, I'm pretty sure was the Terminator. All right, so we got the gassed stomach to add to the other gassed pieces. I wonder, is there a way to, like, do I have gassed muscle? Not really. So I never did actually see whether you could make anything like gassed sausage. Like, I bet you could if you really tried. So we'll have to think that one through. You know, we'll have to try to find a little more access to a gassed. But for right now, we've got basically an entire ender dragon to put in. don't need a tree in there. We're going to have to figure out which of these pieces we can use, because I'm sure some part of these. Supernatural speed, launching, buff, purging, supernatural metabolism, crystal synthesis, mana reactor. Interesting. Slightly reduces endurance, buff, purging. Which part of the dragon is the one that gives you dragony capabilities? Dead or alive, you're coming with me. That's right. That's right. I remember now. Let's see. So, yeah, the dragon... the dragon didn't give us anything that looks clearly like it's what we want. So let's go back to our keybinds a second. Which of these look like a dragon ability? Dragon bombs and dragon breath. So which ones do we need for that is the question. I'm not sure. You thinking spleen? That seems like a fair bet. Supernatural metabolism. We could try the spleen. Liver. Heart. Reduces endurance. Alright, well, go ahead and let's try this. So let's go ahead and let's keybind those up real quick. And we'll say we got dragon breath. And we've got dragon bombs. So we'll see here. We'll make one N and one B. Guess we should make that something other than B. We'll make it N and M. Oh, N is... Oh gosh, those already are keybinds. Alright, we don't want to use those. We'll say B and V then. Yeah, we'll make that one a reset. We'll get rid of that. Sure. That works. Be a cool Easter egg if you assembled all the mob parts in order and it turned into that mob. That would be pretty cool, Capitan. I was also just thinking it'd be cool if there was like recipes. Like put the heart of a dragon and the muscle of an iron golem and the spleen of a shulker. And if you have all those things, you become X, Y, or Z. Like you become a certain mob or a certain like new mob type. Like that would be pretty cool. I started thinking and immediately forgot what buttons I made my keybinds. I think it was B and V, yeah. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's try putting this in. B does nothing. V does nothing. So it's not the spleen. Not the spleen. I don't think muscle would make sense. Kidney doesn't really seem to make sense. This mana reactor. Mana reactor does feel like that would make sense. Liver, heart. I think the stomach usually does something, but the stomach appears to be this mana reactor. Lung. I wonder if lung would do something. And appendix. Dragon bombs. There we go. So that's one of them is the appendix. Dragon breath. It's the lung. Okay. So it's the lung and the appendix that give you the dragon breath and the dragon bombs. Yeah, exactly, Tup Pup. If you manage to get all the internals from something, you should turn into it. Like, I should be able to turn into an ender dragon because I've got all the ender dragon innards. With the chest cavity, though, you are the recipe. Well, I'm kind of like the crafting table, I feel like, if I were to look at it that way. Like, you know, you're doing the crafting within me. So let's see. There's one, and then there's the other. So we ought to be able to do... There's V. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Well, I did Dragon Breath. And then there's B. I gotta wait that out, huh? Oh, boy. organ rejection to go along with this. So the B one doesn't seem to work. The V, I absolutely can do dragon breath and do that. So let's see, that was dragon breath. So let's go ahead and put my lung back in. And then the appendix says dragon bombs. So why can't I do dragon bombs? Let's go ahead, let's take a look here. I did set a keybind for that, didn't I? For dragon bombs, I made it B, but maybe I need to make that something else. Maybe I need to make that one V here. Let's try that. Go ahead and put that in, and then let's try... Oh yeah, just gonna destroy my house. Well, we never liked that part of the house very much anyway. But yeah, there it is, a dragon bomb. Good news is it doesn't seem to explode the house. It just seems to kind of create that dragon bomb effect. Let's go ahead here. You know what's even cooler is the... Oh, there it is. I was just about to say the appendix seems like it's not causing organ rejection, but now it is. Alright, let's go ahead here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that skeleton definitely got what he had coming. Is he killing my cows? Or are they just fighting each other? I guess they're just fighting each other, but I'm really sad to see that a dragon bomb did not kill a skeleton. Like, seriously? You'd think that would... Oh, gosh, where are they? I gotta find my, my wither skeleton pieces. There's the spine. Don't I have the ribs? I thought I had the ribs. Oh no, I don't have the ribs? Capitan, I was going to find out if I can give a skeleton wither parts and make him wither. I think they all just killed each other. Oh my gosh, what is he doing in here? Is he killing my cows? Look at all the dead animals. That's ridiculous. Well, I was going to try to give a skeleton some wither parts, but I don't see a skeleton now. There's one. Let's try giving him a wither spine and see what happens. Didn't seem to change much. Oh, but he's got like organ rejection going on, so there's that. Oh, give me that back. You don't need that. Yeah, it seems to give him organ rejection, and that's about it. Huh. Well, that reminds me we need a chest for the wither skeleton. Because we don't have one for him. So we're going to need to come over here. Put a... I guess we don't have a spot. We'll do that. That's what I was thinking, Tup Pup, is if I gave him the withered spine, he should turn into a wither skeleton, but apparently that is not how it works. I thought I had the ribs, too, to give him, but I guess not. Where did I put my regular skeleton? Because I just grabbed a regular skeleton spine. There we go. Put that there. We've officially tested out our dragon parts, so we can put those away. Let's go ahead and get a little sleep. Alright, so it's kind of coming along here. Let's see, we got more parts and pieces. We got the squid gills. Got some more animal muscle, more squid gill. Got the decayed spine. We got the insect bit here. Herbivorous rumen. Oh, we do have an ink sac. Somebody had asked me to try to see if I could put that inside of myself. I don't know, can I? Yeah, but it doesn't seem like it's going to do anything. And I don't think there's a keybind to do anything with that either. So the ones we haven't used yet, iron repair and grazing. I don't know what those two really do. And we also haven't done forceful spit. I don't know what forceful spit would be. The villager chest and sausage in the villager house to remind them who is boss. That is interesting. So I have mining fatigue. Is that because I'm eating human meat? Or is that because I put a random ink sac in my chest? I'm not sure. I'm not even close to sure. But I am sure. That I can get rid of it just like that. And I probably should collect all the stuff that's in here. Because most of that will have a place in my museum. Yeah, I think it's the human meat is to blame. Alright, so we got an animal kidney, an animal rib, animal muscle. That's a decayed herbivore. Decayed animal, herbivore. Alright, so now we need to find our zombie. I think that's this one. Yeah, we gotta fix that. Oh, llama! Sammy, thank you. We have not seen a llama. How have we not had a single wandering trader come through here? That's ridiculous. Like, you'd think for sure. How many days have we played in this world? We have played 84 days. We're on day number 84. And somehow we have yet to see a llama, yet to see a wandering trader. Like, that just feels impossible. But, alas, it is the truth, because we don't have one. Throw that ink sac in with the gills. Spider gets this guy. Interesting. So yeah, we definitely need to get a llama. Like, there's no doubt about that. The grazing one, like, yeah, it feels like sheep would be the right thing to put there, but like, what does that ability do? You think it lets you like eat grass? Like would that be a worthwhile ability to be able to eat grass? I don't know. Feels like maybe not so much. Right, we got a rotten heart in there. We got, oops, not the wrong button. We got the rotten muscle, the rotten kidney. I guess the rotten flesh belongs in there. I love when your phone rings and you feel like maybe you recognize that number, but it's not saved, so you almost don't answer it out of principle. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Phone's ringing. I'm doing something. I don't feel like I need to answer that. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, we got all the creeper appendixes in here. More spider, more enderman, creeper, blaze, 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 spider, blaze, blaze. Oh, boy. Got a lot to... Worthwhile? No. Saying you tried salad? Yes. Okay, that's fair. So, I think the only piece of a creeper that we've kept is the appendix, which is funny in its own right. The spider here, we got a few of these. Silk glands. Rotten heart and decayed spine. I think that would be there. Blaze. All right, we got blaze shell, blaze core, and a functioning blaze rod that all belong in there. Yep, you nailed it, Sammy. If it's important, they will leave a message. I definitely subscribe to that type of thinking. Right. That looks like all the innards in this chest. Oh boy, we got more muscle. Got some good ender pieces. Functioning blaze rod. And I think that's about it from that chest. And that looks like nothing in that one. Nothing else in that one. Nothing else in that one. Alright, so we're doing pretty good here. So we got some blaze pieces to put away. Got a couple more creeper pieces. Oops. A little more spider. And some endermen. A lot of enderman pieces. Including some that are actually safe to use. Alright, so we'll do that. Okay, so we got a couple things we need to do. We need to find a llama. Like, that's absolute. We got to find a llama. That grazing one, I wonder if I just need to put this in. Herbivore, rumen, and it says grazing right on it. So let's go ahead and let's try that one out here real quick. So we're going to say that we need to set up a keybind for grazing. We'll go ahead and grab our Shulker Bullets B, and we'll make that one grazing. And then we will go ahead and pop this Herbivore Rumen in. I don't know where to put it, so I'm going to put it in my empty slot. And then we're going to look at that. I just grazed. Did it do anything? Did it even, like, fix my hunger? The grass turned brown, and I got this little logo here, ruminating. I'm currently ruminating. I don't know what the heck that means, but does that mean I'm going to get, like, health back once I finish ruminating? 10 more seconds, and we'll find out here whether grazing actually does anything at all. 2, 1, and... It restored 1 hunger. So it takes forever, but it did restore a single hunger just by chewing on the grass, and it does not appear that I'm getting... Oh, safe to use. That's why. Say I'm not getting any kind of negative effects. So over time, that will, you know, help me replace hunger without actual eating. Okay, so it was increasing as I was ruminating. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll try not to ruminate in public anymore, but, you know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But yeah, it looks like it's like replenishing health over time, but more importantly, it's doing it without the use of actual food. I'm just out here chewing up grass and gaining back hunger. So, I mean, that's certainly a worthwhile organ just to kind of keep in more often than not. Like, I don't see much of a reason to take that one out even. We got over there, those fish? Yeah, those look like some kind of fish. Curiosity going to get the best of me. What kind of fish do we have over here? Oh, I see. Some kind of tropical fish. Yeah, see? Still can't open it up, though. Yeah, I mean, it feels like that's like one of those capabilities that is good to just passively have. Like, you're not going to use it necessarily all the time, but if you're just out and you need to reclaim a little hunger, to be able to do it by eating grass is certainly nice. Look at this iron golem inside with these guys. What the heck are they doing? What are these guys doing in here? Just playing around? Nobody works in here anymore? Making iron golems? Halfway tempted to get the rest of what I need from this guy right here. Now walk us a little closer for me. Oh no. Oh no. Alright. I don't know how he did that, because I was up on top of that pedestal. But I absolutely got what I deserved right there. There's no doubt about that. That was 100% what I deserved. Now, do I have a bow and arrow? Yes, I do. All right. That was awful. That was just poorly played. But the good news is, he's going down. Bad news is, I won't be able to open his chest like I was hoping to do. guys better not have stolen my elytra. That's all I can say. Okay, good. They didn't. They can live. They were all going to be in big trouble if that thing was missing. How about my helmet? There it is. Sword, shovel. Alright, we're good. We're good. Yeah, I guess 1 block higher is what I need. I thought 3 was the right amount, but I suppose 1 block higher would have been the safer way to go, seeing as that one was not tall enough. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and sleep real quick. Yeah, that Ender Dragon, he hugs tough. I don't know. Not sure what to say. Alright, so the next thing I want to do here, we've established, we understand what this guy does. We'll go ahead and put that back in. I could organize chests more, but that's kind of boring. What I'd rather do is I'd rather try to find a llama and a mountain goat. I'd rather try to find those 2 things. But in order to do that, I'm going to fly around in my elytra. And in order to do that, I want to have some unbreaking on the elytra. So we're going to need to get ourselves a new guy to trade with. And see if we can't get him to trade us some. Let's see, what do I need here? I need a bookshelf. Being silly. Wonder if I can just use this, guys. Ooh, why is somebody dead down here? Who died? Oh, a zombie died. Interesting. Why was there a zombie down here, guys? What are you not telling me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like I lost some villagers. 6, 7. Yeah, I'm definitely... Oh, I guess I should have eaten some grass, yeah? There we go. All right. We're on top of it. I guess I'm short on villagers. What I wanted to get was either mending or unbreaking or both on my elytra. However, it would appear that that's not going to be an option by working with a librarian. So the other option is, let's see what we can get from our enchanting table. Oh, there it is. Nothing. I mean, nothing. Pretty sure you can enchant an elytra. Why is it telling me nothing? Nothing? You can't get any enchantments this way? Interesting. I was under the impression that you could. Alright, well, that means that we really badly need to get a book to enchant with either unbreaking or mending. I don't think we're going to get mending. That feels pretty unlikely. But an unbreaking would be doable. Of course, not right this second. It's not going to be. But, like, this is only going to get us so far. I suppose we could do a short journey. The other thing we could do is we could go back to the end and we could get ourselves another one. I always like to have 2, because at some point you're going to need another one, and if you don't have it and you're in the end, it's a lot harder to get one when you don't have one than it is to get one when you do. So I feel like probably best off to go ahead and ruminate a little more. Best off going ahead and just getting another one sooner rather than later. So here's what we're going to do. We didn't really fully explore the end. We just kind of like raced through it. 45 fireworks. That does not feel like enough. So... Oh, okay. So the only thing you can enchant the elytra with is the unbreaking and mending, and you can't get that via the enchanting table. Yeah, so what we'll do is we're just going to focus on finding ourselves a second elytra so that we're not without that. I still don't know what happened to the bow that I crafted explicitly for my trip to the end. Where did that thing end up? Because I have an infinity bow somewhere. And I swear that thing disappeared. Because I don't have it. And I definitely enchanted it. And yeah, I don't see it anywhere. That's really odd. I'm really curious, because here's my next best bow. But yeah, it is not the one that I was looking for. Yeah, I'm thinking end trip. I think we're going to make a trip to the end. I just want to get a few more fireworks. That's what I was trying to figure out, is if I had more paper, which I don't. So I'm going to have to let my paper grow for a minute here while I just kind of prep some other stuff. I don't need so many blocks. I don't need leather. I don't need bones. Small fish muscle. Wait a minute. Small fish muscle. Does that craft a small fish sausage by any chance? What does it give us here? Raw butchered meat. Oh, come on. That's sad. I was hoping this was going to give us a new sausage type. What we'll do with that, though, is we'll put that... I guess it would go with other mobs. Let's see. We want this. We want this. We want this. The raw man meat. We could put that with our witch box. Where's our witch box? Yeah, the safe to use part is interesting. That's why it dropped, because I got that from a fish that I killed, and they only drop stuff when you kill them if it's safe to use. But like, what am I going to do? Pathetic speed, pathetic swim speed, pathetic strength. Like, that really seems like it makes sense to put that in my body. All right, so we've got, I think, pretty much what we need. I think I want to bring a little more wood just in case. But other than that, I think we're pretty good. So let's just go chop down a tree or two while we wait for this to grow so we can make just a couple more fireworks, because right now we've got 45. That's just not going to get us very far. I'd like to have at least that full stack. Yeah, a mending villager is definitely a want. I got to figure out how a zombie got in with my villagers, though. Like, that's the question I need to answer real quick. Is there somewhere that I left that they can get in? Like, was he able to get in through one of these windows? Like, that doesn't make sense. He can't jump in through there. See, I don't know how a zombie could have gotten in to zombify one of these guys. And I don't know why these guys have quit reproducing. They've got beds. I think we talked about that maybe we needed more space over the beds. Oh. Sorry, buddy. So let's do that and get a little space over the beds. Yeah, you don't like me anymore, do you? Now, this guy's a toolsmith, but I've never traded with him. So which one of these is he using to be a toolsmith? Is that this guy? Let's see if that makes him no longer a toolsmith. It does. Okay, beautiful. All right, so we can create that mending villager. Let's try that first. Mending or unbreaking, one of the two would make me feel a lot better. Maybe the open roof. Capitan, come on. You think zombies are just falling out of the sky? What kind of world do you think this is? We don't have zombies falling out of the sky around here. That would just be silly. Although, you're probably right. Zombie just getting by them. That's probably what it is. Curse of Malpractice. I don't know what that does, but I don't think it's good. But it's a good reminder that I actually need to have emeralds for this plan to work. So, do I have any emeralds anywhere? Raining cats, dogs, and zombies. That is true. I got a couple of emeralds. Do I have a book? I got a book too. I got this one I can unenchant. I keep spotting more animal parts too. I got this and this. So we got some more things to add to here. Let's see. We got not the decay, not the silk, the sausage skin, the herbivore intestines, all kind of belong in there. This one can go here. That can go over there. Okay. Is 15 emeralds going to be enough? Probably not, so I probably need to get some more sticks. Oh, hang on. Gotta graze a little. Yeah, I don't know what the Curse of Malpractice does. I don't know if one of you guys want to Google that and see if you can get an answer, but that's interesting. For the chest opener? That would be interesting if you could actually put something on the chest opener itself. I didn't think about that. Keep grazing. Try to remember to use that instead of food. Oh gosh, well, that wouldn't be good if it accidentally killed me. But that does make sense. Maybe the Curse of Malpractice accidentally kills the mob or man. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound very good though. I wonder if it goes on like the cleaver. Could be a cleaver tool. Alright, let's see. We gotta make some sticks here for this guy. Guess we need to make more than that. Alright. Hopefully that gives us enough emeralds. We need to get our book cleaned off. Alright, now, where's our guy? I think detrimental enchantment that severely penalizes players by deleting approximately 3/4 of their emeralds every time they kill a mob. What? Getting like a lawsuit? You lose your emeralds because you get malpractice? That'd be interesting. Projectile protection, that's not what we want. Nope, that ain't it either. Definitely not. Continued use of items with this curse may eventually restrict the player from using weapons entirely. Interesting. Where'd he go? Oh, there you are. Riptide. Mending or unbreaking, my friend. That's what we're looking for. Oh, man. Here I thought I was done with this game. Oh, we're back to tomophobia, which I think we established was the fear of surgery, but I don't think we ever figured out exactly what it did. Shit. Come on, buddy. Unbreaking. Mending. Fire protection. Yeah, perfect. Although, I could probably use that for the nether. Quick charge. You know, if you step in front of the axe and I hit you, is that really my fault? Feels like not. Yeah, the mod creator has definitely got some very creative ideas. I'm just going to say it that way. He's a creative dude, that's for sure. Come on. Thorns. Mending would be great because we already have an XP farm, a mob farm that we could use to mend things. But I would take unbreaking because that would just make me feel more confident. But so far, much like the last guy, he wants to give me everything under the sun other than what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, madman, genius, some combination of the two, I would definitely say is the correct answer. Multi-shot. I was half thinking I was going to get infinity like immediately out of this guy after we worked so hard to get it from the last guy. Kind of felt like it would just be par for the course that this guy would have it on the first try. I'd take like an unbreaking 2, an unbreaking 3. Really would just be happy to see mending. Oh, well, there's my infinity. All I had to do was say it. He was waiting. He's like, I know this guy wants infinity. He also knows I have no interest in multi-shot. Come on, buddy. Flame. Alright, so now you're stuck on bow, huh? Power 4. I would take that too. This is where you need like an entire hall of just librarians. Because there's so many enchantments that I would like to have. But right now, I literally am limited to one at a time. Come on, buddy. You got to give me some sort of unbreaking or mending. That's all I'm asking for. Homophobia again. Oh, this guy. He is doing his best to give me everything other than what I'm looking for. Surgical 2? What does that do? What the heck does Surgical 2 do? I've never seen Surgical. I'm almost tempted to... Oh, I can't afford it anyway, but I feel like that would be a useful one to have. Looting 3? We talked about the benefits that could have. Come on, buddy. Multi-shot. Come on, you're starting to drive me crazy. I guess the good news is was stuck waiting for paper to grow anyway. So it's not like I'm wasting this time, but certainly doesn't feel like a great use of the time. Surgical 1. I could afford that, but then I locked this guy into being a Surgical 1 dealer, and I just don't know what that does, whether it's worth it or not. Fortune 1. There are so many good enchantments. And this game just adds even more of them. This mod. Mending! Oh, and I can't afford it. Right, let's be quick about this. Never fails that you can't afford it when you finally find it. Treasure enchantment for melee weapons that acts as a superior alternative to looting, specifically increasing organ drop rates from mobs, double effect for organs. Yeah, that would be a nice one to have. So I think that's how you get your safe to use organs more easily. Buy a bookshelf. That's right, that would lock it in, wouldn't it? Although that doesn't help me get to the emeralds that I need. I think I can get the last few emeralds I need here pretty quick. How many do I need? 31. Shoot. See, what was he asking for a bookshelf? 11? Ooh, he doesn't change his trades that fast, does he? I can get here. I can get there. I'll get it. We'll get the sticks we need. Otherwise, I'm just setting myself back even further on the emeralds that I need. Yeah, I'm curious too, Sammy, because I've tried looking up some information on this mod and have struggled to find it. I was actually debating if I need to create something myself, since I'm playing it so much that maybe some other people would benefit from a little bit of a guide on this mod, because I have not had much luck finding information on how to like do things. Alright, that better be enough. Alright, guy, which one are you? This one? There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Alright. So, we've got our mending. So that makes me happy, because now we'll go throw that on our elytra. It'd be nice to have it on a few other things, but we'll just deal with those being non-mending. All right, so now I feel like we could probably bypass that trip to the end and go looking for a couple of things here. We're going to go looking for a goat, a llama, or a polar bear. Those are the different things that we want to find. And I'm trying to remember. I feel like there was a ice biome that I went past when I was looking for my villagers. That's what I seem to recall. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make up as many fireworks as we can, and then we're going to bring some gunpowder with us. And if we find any sugar cane along the way, we can always make more fireworks. We don't need this. Just drop that there for now. The rest of this doesn't really hurt us to have any of it, because we don't really need those. Don't need that. Don't need that. We'll bring the rest of that. Ah, okay. Just gotta turn to good old AI. That AI fella knows a thing or two, let me tell you. All right, and we are off. I'm gonna go for a little bit of a journey here. Now the mountain goats would be potentially somewhere up at the top of one of these mountains, right? You would think that that would potentially be where we'd find them. But I'm not seeing any on that one. There's some pigs. There's another mountain. I guess you need like a really tall mountain to get mountain goats, huh? Yeah, Reddit might be the place to go. The CurseForge page, like the actual like mod page, didn't have much of anything. So I was kind of disappointed. Oh, those are sheep. I was thinking those were goats. I was thinking I got lucky fast. I didn't even think about is can you open up a bee? Why is there a torch on top of this tree? Is this where my... Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is where my end is. Okay. Do I dare try to open up a bee? Oh, my gosh. You can open a bee. You can also get stung by a bee, but you can open a bee. That was really cool. We're going to empty this bee out real quick. Just got to make room. Where is he? Apparently his sting has like no effect whatsoever. Oh, well. We're going to get whatever else we didn't get from the first one. I don't remember what exactly that was. I'm going to say we have plenty of... I know I don't need that guy. All right, we're going to make a quick trip back home and go drop off our bee innards. I never thought you'd be able to open a bee without it dying immediately. All right, let's see. I got to remember where home is now. 1492 and 1393. I need to get to like 1285. Let's see. So this way and 1421. So a little bit this way. No, this way. 1285. I think it's over this way. Pretty sure I'm going the right direction. Uh-oh. There it is. So always look for the mob grinder. And in this case, we're actually going to go up to the mob grinder. And we're going to repair our elytra that's already down to 3/4 strength. Snowy slopes, jagged peaks, and frozen peaks at a light level of 7 or higher. So that's what we need to get the mountain goat, okay? Look at all this stuff we got out of the insect. Venom gland, heart, muscle, heart, lung, muscle. Well, you know, with all this muscle, we got to find out, does it craft up a new kind of meat? Oh, it was crafting up something. What is that? Raw toxic meat. Guys, we've got a new form of meat. Toxic. Oh my goodness. Was not anticipating toxic meat. All right, let's go ahead and let's get this all in here so we can craft up as much toxic meat as possible. Oh, I'm so glad I decided to try opening up a bee. That was one of those where I was like, there's not going to do anything. What's the point? And sure enough, there absolutely was a point. All right. Anyone want to guess what happens when you eat toxic meat? Because I have a guess. Insect intestine. Sure, that'll make a sausage skin. Come on, guys. Hold your breath with me. We going to get a toxic sausage? Raw toxic sausage. We got a bee sausage. Yes. Oh, and here I was starting to think we'd run out of sausages. That is too cool. Raw toxic sausage, bee sausages. And we're going to go ahead here real quick and find out what happens when you eat toxic meat. It poisons you. That makes sense. Believe it or not, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, poison was the right guess there, whoever guessed it, because that's exactly what it does. And boom, just like that, our elytra is full again. So we'll go grab that arrow, and we'll make our way down into our world here. And we're going to go right through our open roof, and we're going to figure out where to put the bee chest, because we need a chest for the bee. I'm going to say we probably don't need a chest for the dolphin, because we never actually took anything from him. So we'll steal this dolphin's chest, and we're going to use it real quick to hold our bee bits and pieces. We do need to make one more sausage, though. I forgot. Because we need to make a cooked toxic sausage. Alright, we just need something to cook it with. And just like that, we're going to have ourselves one more sausage to put on our wall, which means that we need another couple of picture frames. Item frames, if you will. Every time I think I've opened up every mob that can be opened, every time I think that I've gotten every type of something I can get, this game just throws one more at me. In this case, it was the bee sausage, or the toxic sausage, as it were. And believe it or not, I don't think it's actually the tiniest sausage. That would make sense if it were, but I don't think it was. So we'll go over here. We're using this dolphin one for now. We'll fix that name in a second. We will go ahead here and throw our cooked toxic sausage up on top, and our raw toxic sausage down below. And we'll throw our toxic meat in there. We've got a few more bits of a zombie that we'll throw in our zombie chest. And a couple of bows. Those feel like they belong in the skeleton chest, not my shulker box. Oh, you know what? My shulker box has more bee parts, though. So let's do this, and then let's do this. And then let's grab out all those other bee bits that we grabbed. Let's pop those in here. Doesn't look like any of this else would do anything, but just the fact that we were able to make a bee sausage makes my day. Makes my day. All right. Let's go ahead and let's eat real quick. We'll do a little grazing since we can. And then we'll grab some sleep. And then we'll be back on our way. Well, that was awesome. Here we were out looking for polar bears and llamas and all that kind of stuff. And we ended up with a toxic sausage instead. I don't think any of them... They usually, what I've kind of realized is they say. Now, venomous. Was venomous one? Because that looks like it could be one, now that you say that. Let's see. Creepy, dragon bombs, dragon breath, forceful spit. I wonder if it's this, like, utility abilities. Like, that feels like maybe that could be it. So let's try that. And let's go ahead and let's try putting this in. I think we're going to have to put it here. And then let's try... No, it doesn't do anything. Does that match up to any organ of mine? Not really. A venom gland. Now, I wonder if that's more like the spider, where it needs to be compatible to work. Because those are all only compatible with the bee. I'm going to guess it's something like that. Alright, so we're going to head back over to where I think maybe we might find a polar bear. Along the way, we'll kind of look for goats. Because this mountainy area kind of looks like it could have goats. The jungle mountain doesn't feel as goaty. Kind of hard to stay up in the air and look down at the same time when you're flying, though. Is this the village that I found before? I don't think it is, because I don't remember it being like up on a hilltop like this. So this is a new village, I think. Before anyone asks, I'm not going to find out if baby villagers are different on the inside. That just feels wrong. There is another iron golem, though. We could try that game again. Much more dangerous game this far from home. Let's see, we're looking for muscle that is usable. None of this muscle is usable, unfortunately. So it's not going to do us any good. What's I see F5 in the chat, Sammy. What are we F5ing for? Are we F5ing for? Oh, you know what? I did say we needed more mini sausage. Sorry to all you cat lovers out there, but we needed some more miniature sausage, and we also needed to lay out all of our cat bits. So we need to finish what we just started with this poor cat. We'll just make sure that we sacrifice one cat instead of multiple. That's me. Oh, poor kitty. Well, the bad news is that means we need another cat. Oh, duh. Just changed my perspective to get a better view. Thank you. That makes a lot of sense. These cats don't want to hold still. Why not? I wonder why he doesn't like holding still. So the creeper leaves actually have an effect? Is that what you're saying? The creeper leaves do something? Well, I don't know where that other cat went, so we'll just have to be satisfied with the parts that we've got. Shifting leaves for another effect. Okay, we'll look into that. There we go. Much better perspective this way. Is it better this way yet? No, I can't really control myself that way. Ooh, horses. We've opened a horse, but we haven't really spent much time looking around. So the horse, swift muscle. I don't think that made anything unique, and I'm pretty sure this is just makes the regular old sausage. But the good news is we have found where we're going to find a polar bear. So let us search out our polar bear friends. There they are. And let us do this, hopefully, without getting mauled. That would be the hope. So we're going to do it this way. We're going to go ahead and get up close. That's me. Why does it want to just open my chest? All right, hang on a second here. Got to heal up so I don't accidentally kill myself. Too healthy, all right. Let's see if that did the trick. There we go. All right, so we can go ahead and grab ourselves some polar bear muscle. We can grab a polar bear rib, a polar bear spine. I guess now this is the thing to pay attention to. Animal spine doesn't do us any good. Animal muscle, so there's nothing unique about the polar bear. So I think that's what we got to pay attention to is we need to collect things that are unique to a given mob. There's nothing unique. Like even the swift muscle is unique to the horse. This is just animal muscle. There's nothing about it that's actually anything different. Animal rib, animal spleen, animal. So a polar bear on the inside is no different than any other animal. Things are only compatible with polar bear, sure, but they're not like they're actually polar bear parts, so to speak. So I don't feel like it makes much sense to go through the work of trying to collect all the polar bear pieces when it's not going to give us anything unique. I will grab some polar bear muscle just to kind of prove a point here, but I don't think it's going to give us anything different. So we'll let that guy off the hook. And then let's see. I think we need a crafting table in order to craft anything. That's right. My very first viral short was me opening up a polar bear. So I definitely feel like there's some uniqueness there. Oops. That's still me. Okay. Right. I was going to reopen the polar bear because now you make me feel like maybe I should have a polar bear just because of that short. But again, nothing about it other than only compatible with polar bear. Nothing about it really says polar bear. So I don't know. I don't feel like there's much purpose to it. I feel like it's just taking a polar bear apart for the sake of taking it apart. But what I would love to find is some goats, and this feels like goat territory. Apparently there's another village. No goats in here, huh? Amazing how much easier it is to find villages this way. You know, I did grab it for just those reasons, so that I could make a polar bear sausage. I don't know that... It's not going to, like, say that it's polar bear sausage, but we'll all know that it's a polar bear sausage. Okay. Nothing there. What do you think? Would a goat spawn up on top of one of these? No, but plenty more polar bears. Ocean monuments. Interesting. Yeah, go for Elder Guardian. Bet you they have something unique. Guys, every time I think that I'm like almost done with this challenge, I find something else that tells me that I am not almost done with this challenge. Because, yeah, the whole ocean monument, I am just remembering that one of the things my son had originally said was the wither. Well, apparently I've been here. And that's one thing that we, you know, theoretically could still take apart as a wither. Somebody in a comment asked me about the warden. But I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I think I'm in a version possibly too old for the warden. Is the warden in version 1.18, or is that, does he post-date that version? Because I can't recall, but I feel like it's not in the same version. But yeah, Elder Guardian sausage would definitely be cool. We'll have to figure out where we can go for that. Those more horses? Yeah, those are horses. Sheep. I am going to go head back home to unload. Hopefully to get some more sugar cane, because I'm running low on fireworks again. Yeah, Warden was 1.19. That's right. So I won't be able to ward. You know what? There's a huge part of me that was hoping that that the Warden was 1.19, because I cannot even begin to imagine how difficult it would be to chest open a Warden. I mean, can you imagine getting a Warden down to half health and then having to get right next to him to open his chest? Like, that just feels like that would be impossible. I went way too far. I'm looking for 1285 minus 1421. So I got to go quite a ways back this way. So yeah, no disappointment here that the Warden is not going to be part of this challenge, because quite frankly, I don't know that I was up for it. I think the Warden would have done me in and then some. Where is the home base? We'll be in for a long walk if we don't spot this here very soon. 1285, 1421. I swear I was already there. Feels like it should be over here. Minus 14, 21, 1285. Maybe I need to turn this off and actually see what I'm doing. All right. Well, I have a gigantic mob grinder in the sky for a reason, because it usually makes it a lot easier to find my base. I also have my coordinates written down, and apparently they're not written down correctly. 1285 and 1421. So here's my end, and I want to say it should be back this way. 1285, yeah, it would be back this way. Should be right about here. Why is it not right here? Because apparently I wrote down my coordinates in the wrong place, because now I know where I am. It's over this way. Oh my gosh, my elytra just died. I've never actually had that happen before. The good news is it didn't break, it's just broken. well, I guess we're swimming the rest of the way home. It's a good thing that I have mending on there, because we never did go get a second one. That's the cave I explored earlier. I know where I am. That's the good news. The bad news is I just completely wore out my elytra, and we're swimming the rest of the way home. There's the mob grinder, which is ultimately our destination right now, because we're going to need to go mend up our cape. Well, something tells me a creeper leaf would not be hard to find at the moment. Well, the good news is we got ourselves almost all the way home before that thing broke. So it's the mending that makes it not break all the way. Well, that makes me really happy that I got the mending. That was totally worth it. The ding was actually, I think, my email. So thank you for that, but I'm pretty sure that was just me getting an email. Whew, we got that out just in time. So these are the leaves that he has. He's also got an oak log. I don't really know if we need more leaves than that, but we'll take a couple more. And then sticks are the only other thing that he's got. So we can take that. There we go. Have a bone. So yeah, so we got the creeper's leaves now. So we managed that. Yeah, you're right. I need to write down my actual home base coordinates, because the coordinates I have written down were not accurate. Oh, so that only works that way on the elytra. Interesting. Everything else would just be broken. Yeah, that is good to know. All right, so our actual... Oh, who's getting me? Who's hitting me? Well, you don't get to have a heart then if you're going to hit me, because that's not very nice of you. Our actual coordinates are 662 and minus 1737. All right, I'm going to replace the sticky note on my desk with the correct coordinates now. And why is this guy coming in here? What the heck? Apparently I need to do some work on my doors, because I apparently don't have very good door action anymore. Because I got mobs just coming right into my house. I think they came in through here, because there is no door. Alright. Well, good news is we managed to handle that. Whew. Okay, so heading back into the museum. We have got some creeper parts to put away. I think these were the creeper sticks. We've got, what is this here? Animal muscle. That was the polar bear. We had, this was the horse. Oh, you're blaming my trash can? Come on, that can't possibly be the issue. I wanted to see if that would make anything special, and then I wanted to make from these two things. No, I guess it would be that. I wanted to make the polar bear sausage. Yeah, I saw that the baby zombies can get through here, but then my garbage can will stop working. And it's such an excellent design. So that just makes regular old raw meat. So there's nothing special about the horse meat. And if we do the polar bear, that just makes us raw butchered meat as well. But that's all right, because then we can take the polar bear intestine and mix it with more polar bear meat. Oh boy. Don't have enough polar bear meat. That can't be right. That's because I threw it all in here. All right. Yep, I got to check that one out, because we do have a much better design to follow in the community tabs. I will actually do that here next. Let's make this all super functional. So this here is our polar bear sausage. So we need a, let's see, we need an item frame for that. Because we're going to throw that over here. Other mobs. Looks like it's 2 uncooked sausages. So let's go ahead and cook one of these. And we'll just have to remember that that's a polar bear. All right, so I'm going to look here real quick at my community tab. And let's see, viewer posts. Oh, 2 people posted on here. I'm sorry, guys. I've been slacking. I only ever saw the one by Sammy. All right, Sammy gave me a couple of options to choose from. Looks like, oh, here we go. Here's the, okay. Oh, I think I see what needs to happen here. So you got a, okay. So you used a redstone torch, it looks like, behind the block, and then just had it going into there. That's what it looked like. So let's see if I can recreate what I just saw. So if I put that there, and then if I put a torch there, is that what it was? And then if I put the torch there, oops, come on, walk around. Nope, that didn't do it. Let's see, did I need the torch on this block? Well, it kind of worked. It's just doing the opposite. Now, how do I make it do it the right way? I want it to be... Let's see. Maybe I'll do it this way. No, because that immediately wants to shove it out. Okay. Let's see. How does he have that? Looks pretty close. Let's see what the other one here. Okay. Let's try this one. All right, we're gonna have to close some doors since I'm not paying enough attention to my game. The other person has a better piston door, but mine does work. It definitely works, Sammy. Like what you put together here definitely works. It's just not quite working the way that I need it to work. So I'm just trying to see here. So if I do that like that, how does he have that redstone? Redstone's going underneath a block and then hitting a torch. So basically the torch is off until you hit it. All right, why am I not? Let's see. Do I need to put the torch like up here? That does turn it on and off, but then do I need to have some redstone there? No, that doesn't work. We're getting closer, but we're still not quite there. Let's try it like this. So that would turn that on and off. think the problem has more to do with the fact that, like, the way I've got it located. I think I just need to change the location of some things, and then it would work. Well, I think I'm going to mess with that more on the next stream. For now, I'm just going to do that. Because that'll fix that problem. Let's go ahead and let's just drop off a few things. Into our mob chest here. And then let's go ahead up to our platform because we need to fix our flying cape. I will warn y'all that I'm just about getting to the end of my time here tonight, so probably the last thing I'm going to have left to do here is to get my elytra working again. But I had a lot of fun already tonight with getting some new sausage from a bee, of all things. That was not at all what I was thinking. So, Capitan, help me out. What do the creeper leaves do? I guess I didn't catch that. The creeper leaves actually do something? Put them in place of muscle for a cool effect. Okay. Well, we'll do that. That's how we'll end the stream then tonight, is we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our elytra working again. And then we are going to try putting those creeper leaves in. I did not catch that there was actually something I could do with those. But now that I am aware, I will absolutely try it out. Sammy, if you want to try again on the community post and try to steer me in the right direction, I'm sorry to say that I am still just coming up lost when it comes to trying to make that garbage can work. Definitely a good example of just how bad I am with redstone. It's a positive effect when the sun is up. So does that mean when the sun is down, it's a negative effect? Because that's the way I interpret that statement. Feels like that is the correct interpretation. But we'll find out. We'll head down in just a second here. Just going to get this thing back up to about half health so I can use it to fly up and down. Because this whole climbing ladders thing is for the birds. Well, no, the flying is for the birds. The climbing the ladder is for us non-birds. And, well, quite frankly, the Dadcrafter is enjoying being a bird. So we will go ahead and fly our way up and down like a bird. And leave it to some non-flying creatures to make their way up and down the other way. I suppose I could bring some of this stuff down with me, but I don't really know that it's needed. Rotten lung, rotten spleen, I don't think I have. Rotten stomach, rotten heart, I don't think I have. These are all safe to use, too. Alright, that's got us up over half, which, we'll get that last guy. That's got us up over half, which is good enough for me. So we'll fly on down into our room of mob pieces, and we'll grab ourselves those creeper leaves. And you said swap them out for muscle. Something changed. I'm not sure what, but something definitely changed. Am I moving faster? Am I moving slower? I'm not sure, but something changed. That definitely feels like when I put it in, like my view zooms in or something. I can't tell exactly what's going on. Let me store away a few things. Rotten heart, rotten lung, rotten heart. All right, so let me see here. It's supposed to be photosynthesis. So like I'm absorbing the sun and getting food from it. I mean, it's possible that that's happening. Let me see, is there a button I have to hit for that? Is that what creepy is? I feel like creepy was what made me explode, but now I don't remember. I guess V is supposed to be my utility ability, so let's try that one. But yeah, I don't see anything here that says photosynthesis. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. I don't seem to be gathering sunlight for food, but I will definitely say that if you watch my screen, when I put this in place of like regular muscle, it kind of like zoomed out. Oh, I guess that's just in general when I take the muscle out. It's got nothing to do with this creeper leaves. But when I put muscle in, it seems to like zoom my screen just ever so slightly in or out. I'm not really sure about that one. But I definitely am sure that I hear a cat. Oh, you know what? We need to make ourselves that cooked small sausage. So let's go ahead and let's take care of that while we're here. I thought it made something different. Maybe it's the sausage casing that makes it different. Sure did. It's the sausage casing that makes for the mini sausage. Well, there's our cooked sausage. There's our mini sausage that we're going to cook. So this was our polar bear sausage over here. Right under the sun. Well, we can try that. That's certainly something we can try. Let's go ahead and transport our other cat pieces over to our cat chest. Small animal lung. That's what we managed to grab. Alright, well, we'll get to daytime and then we'll find out. Oh no, I think I cooked it. I don't think I was supposed to cook it, was I? We already had a cooked one, I think. Shoot. I think we did. That's alright. That just means there's another cat that's going to have to make a sacrifice. Although I think I have enough to make it. Let's see. Go ahead and pop that there. Let's pop this one out and see. Was that cooked or not cooked? Yeah, that's cooked. Alright. So we'll go ahead and put our cooked one back. And then we got... Well, I guess it didn't matter what kind of meat we used. It was the skin that we needed small. There we go. So we got our raw mini sausage. Go ahead and put that in here. Put the cooked one in there. We'll put that away. And then we'll go ahead and put that up on there. Boom. All right. So we have got ourselves a venomous sausage, a mini sausage, a man sausage, or human sausage as it were. We need the other mobs make us our regular sausage. And then we've got our alien sausage, and we've got our ender sausage. Now that's a raw ender sausage, is it not? Yes, so we need to make ourselves a cooked ender sausage, which I believe we just need the muscle for. And we can use a regular old casing. Let's see, do we have a casing? I think we have one over here. So let's go ahead and see, is it that plus that? We do need more meat, all right. there's another raw dragon that we'll make into a cooked dragon sausage. Yeah, I will. I will try out the creeper under the sun. I'll get myself good and out in the sun here. We'll sleep away this storm, hopefully. We got plenty of healing to do. All right, and there's our cooked dragon sausage. Do we already have a frame? No, we need a frame. All right, so we officially have all of our different sausages on display. Cooked and raw, alien and ender dragon. We've got cooked and raw, venomous, miniature, witch, and other. And then now we're going to go ahead and we're going to test out standing out in the broad daylight. I think we're about as in the sun as we can get here. We'll go ahead and pop that in place of our muscle. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing anything that indicates that we're healing. So I have to say, I'm not so sure about this one. Now I'm healing. That's because I ate something. So we'll go ahead and swap that back out. And we're going to say that for now, I don't know that that one is legit. Oh, well, look who just happened to have wandered right into my little place here. All right, what don't we have from a cat? We don't have the intestines. Well, we need some more small intestines, I guess. We don't have a rib. We don't have a liver. Don't have a kidney. I hate to say we don't have a heart or a spine, but we don't. We'll take the muscle since we're here. I don't know that we've got the stomach or the lungs for that matter, or the appendix or any of this stuff. So we'll just go ahead and, since the cat is going to not make it anyway, we're going to go ahead and just take all of this stuff out of the cat, and we'll go ahead and reassemble our cat in here. If you are a cat lover, I apologize, but you know, this is all for science, and this cat he signed a waiver. He knew what he was doing when he jumped in this world. All right, let's see. We got too much of this, too much of this, too much of this. All right, beautiful. And we got some muscle left over, which we can make food out of. So that works out great. Don't need those in there. All right, we'll go ahead and do that. And that. And that. All right, and then we got some raw butchered meat. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about the ruminating or the sunlight one. Like I don't know how to make that one work. So I hate to say it, but it seems like maybe that is not the way. You know what? If you want to hear an actual story, I had a cat when I was a kid, and it chewed up back then they were the Florida Marlins baseball cap. And I don't think I've ever been as insulted by an animal doing the things that animals do as I was when this cat chewed up my Florida Marlins hat. And I still have not forgiven any cat anywhere for the act of that one cat. So we will say that poor Mr. Kitty, who just sacrificed everything, you are making up for the cat who ate my hat some 30 plus years ago. I don't hold grudges or anything, though. Don't worry. But that's going to do it for tonight, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. Capitan, Tup Pup, Sammy the Fox, and anyone else that tuned in tonight. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate everybody. Go ahead, jump on the Dadcrafter channel. Check out my latest videos. I think we're now up to video number 5 of the remix of these live streams. I'll keep getting those remixes up there for y'all to check out. Please watch them, comment on them, like them. Let the world know that the Dadcrafter's out here making all this great content that everybody else is missing out on and that you guys are exclusively digesting. I appreciate the time tonight. We got a lot done. We got all sorts of sausages up here. We got all sorts of new space built out to show off all of our accomplishments. We got our dragon head. We got our dragon egg. We got mending to put on our elytra so we could fly around and not lose it even though it broke. We don't have a roof on our museum, so maybe next time around we'll put a roof on here. But for now, I am the Dadcrafter, and I appreciate y'all stopping by, and I will catch you on the next episode.